Welcome to Lakshman Biology. We are discussing about the molecular basis of inheritance multiple choice questions for NEET, Karnataka CET and for another competitive exams. Okay. Already in previous video we have discussed up to question number 20. Now remaining questions we have to discuss. See question number 20. Question number 20. The number of base pairs. The number of base pairs per helical turn. The number of base pairs per helical turn in Z DNA. Here DNA is mainly divided into three types, that are Z DNA, A DNA and B DNA. In these three DNAs has different number of base pairs for each turn. The three DNA molecules has a different number of base pair for each turn. If you observe the Z DNA, the Z DNA contain 12 base pairs. Here see 12 base pairs for each turn. Each turn of Z DNA contain 12 base pairs. Hence option 3 is correct answer for question number 20. Question number 21. Choose the correct statement. Choose the correct statement with respect to transcription. They have given few points which are related to transcription and we have to identify the correct statement. First, transcription means formation of RNA from the DNA. DNA become into RNA. The process in which DNA become into RNA is called transcription. Here first statement, only one of the strands of DNA is transcribed to form RNA at the transcription site. Yes, if you see DNA contain two strands, only one strand of DNA is transcribed into RNA. See, the strand which runs from 3' to 5' act as template for formation of RNA. Newly formed RNA is single stranded. Okay, only one strand is a template for formation of a new RNA. Another strand will not involve in transcription. Next question second statement, all transcriptions leads to translations. No, all RNAs which are formed by the transcription not involved in translation. There is a regulation of gene expression at different levels of gene expression. Okay, when protein is required, then only RNA is involved in translation, then it will form the protein. When there is no requirement of protein, RNA not involved in the RNA expression is regulated by certain type of proteins. Hence, based on this, we can say that all transcriptions lead to translations, but all transcriptions or all RNAs not involved in translation. Next 3. Eukaryotes have only one type of transcriptase. Here transcriptase means enzyme which is involved in the formation of RNA is called transcriptase. It is also called as RNA polymerase. Transcriptase also called as RNA polymerase. Here they have given that eukaryotes has only one type of transcriptase. It is a wrong statement. Eukaryotes has more than one type of transcriptase. Eukaryotes has three types of transcriptases, that are RNA polymerase 1 which will synthesize the rRNA, RNA polymerase 3 which will synthesize the tRNA, next RNA polymerase 2 which will synthesize the mRNA. Three different types of transcriptases are present in the eukaryotes. Only prokaryotes contain single type of transcriptase. Hence option 3 also wrong. Next fourth one, transcription is a DNA dependent process. Yes, without DNA template transcription will not happen. Without DNA template new RNA will not form. Hence transcription is a DNA dependent process. Here if you observe, option 1 is correct, option 2 is correct. Or statement 1 and statement 4 are correct, but statement 2 and statement 3 are wrong. Hence our answer is option 3. 1 and 4 are correct. Option statement 1 and statement 4 are correct. Next, Question number 22. Match the names of triplet codons listed under the column 1 with amino acid given under column 2. Here they have given codons in column 1. Codon means 3 nucleotide sequence. Codon means 3 nucleotide sequence on mRNA is called codon. All codons combinedly form the genetic code. Each codon will code for one amino acid. Okay, here we have to identify which codon will code for which amino acid. For that we have to see the genetic code table, then based on that we can do answer. Then we have to learn the codons and the corresponding amino acids. If you see the UUU, okay, here UUU genetic code UUU is there, which will code for the phenylalanine. PHC means phenylalanine. UUU is the codon which will code for the phenylalanine. If you see amino acids are written by 3-letter code in genetic code, the 3-letter code for phenylalanine is PHC. Next CCC. Find where is the CCC. Okay, C, then C here. PRO means proline. CCC will code for the proline, means BS. Next AAA. Here AAA code for the lysine. LYS means lysine. GGG code for the glycine. Hence option 2 is our answer. Next question number 23. The ribosome moves from codon to codon along the dash. In the dash they are given A. The ribosome move from codon during translation. What happened? The ribosome move from codon to codon along the mRNA. Here in the dash A means mRNA, along the mRNA. In all options we can see the in first two options we can see mRNA. Hence we can eliminate option 3 and option 4. They have given tRNA in option 4 and 3 and 4. Hence we can eliminate option 3 and 4. But in option 1 and 2 they are given the mRNA only. A is mRNA only. Hence answer is 1 or 2. Next, at the end A dash factor binds. At the end, if which factor binds? A release factor will be bind. B is release factor. Okay, at the end a release factor binds to C. Okay, binds to C means stop codon. Binds to stop codon. C means here stop codon. Hence A is the mRNA, B is the release, C is the stop codon. Once I will read total statement. The ribosome moves from codon to codon along the mRNA. At the end, a release factor binds to stop codon, which terminating translation and release the complete polypeptide from the ribosome. Polypeptide is here newly formed protein. Okay. Here you can observe this is the mRNA and this one is the ribosome. This ribosome will move codon to codon. When it will reach to the termination codon, release factor is bind at termination codon, then we can see the release of newly formed protein from the site of translation. That is about the question number 23. Option 2 is correct answer for question number 23. Question number 24. Fill in the blanks and select the option which all the right answer. Okay, we have to same fill in the blanks only. RNA being a dash was reactive. RNA being a catalyst, hence it is reactive. RNA being a catalyst, hence it is the reactive. What is the catalyst? Catalyst is the substance which will speed up the chemical reaction. Here it will speed up the biological reaction, but it will not change in the biological reaction. Okay. Here RNA being a catalyst was reactive and hence unstable. Because of catalyst property, RNA is unstable. B. Therefore, okay, here B is unstable. Therefore, DNA has evolved from RNA with a chemical modification, with the C modifications, means here C is a chemical modification that make it more stable, that make DNA as more stable. Once I will read total statement. RNA being a catalyst was reactive and hence unstable. Therefore, DNA has evolved from RNA with chemical modifications that make it more stable. Question number 24, option 4 is a correct answer. Next, question number 25. Select the correct statement. Option A, RNA polymerase 1 transcribes rRNA. Yes, RNA polymerase 1 in eukaryotes transcribe the rRNA. Next, B, RNA polymerase 2 transcribe snRNA. Wrong answer. RNA polymerase 2 transcribe hnRNA or mRNA, not snRNA. Next, RNA polymerase 3 transcribed hnRNA. Wrong. hnRNA is transcribed by the RNA polymerase 2, not by the 3. Next, D, RNA polymerase 2 transcribes hnRNA. Correct only. First option, second, the fourth option are option A and option D. Two are correct. Option B, option C. These are wrong. Here they told that to select the correct statement. A and D are correct statements. In option 1 they have given A and D are correct. Hence, option 1 is our answer. Next, question number 26. Assertion. Lac operon is present only in lac operon. It interacts specifically with lac repressor only. Reason. Yes, it is assertion is correct. Lac operon is present only in lac operon. It interacts specifically with the lac repressor only. Okay, here repressor, lac repressor protein, inhibitor protein. Okay. Each operon has its specific operator, specific repressor. Yes, each lac operon, each operon has its specific operator, specific repressor. Specific operator, specific repressor is present for each one. Reason correct, assertion correct, and reason also correct explanation for assertion. Hence, question number 26, option 1 is correct. Both assertion and reason are true, and the reason is correct explanation for the assertion. Next, question number 27. This is not nucleoside. First, we have to see what is nucleoside. Then we can see we can identify what is the not a nucleoside. Nucleoside means nitrogen base. During formation of nucleotide, nitrogen base combine with the ribose sugar. It may be ribose or it may be deoxyribose. Then we can see the formation of a nucleoside. When nucleoside bind with phosphate, then which leads to formation of a nucleotide. Here they have asked the question, among the following which is not the nucleoside. Here I have given the nucleosides and nucleotide names. See, adenine is one nitrogen base which combine with ribose and form the nucleoside, that is adenosine nucleoside. When adenosine combine with phosphate, then we can see the formation of adenylic acid. Adenylic acid is one type of nucleotide. Okay, see here uridine, thymidine, guanosine, these are the nucleosides, but cytidylic acid, see here C, cytidylic acid, cytosine, cytidylic acid, this is one type of nucleotide, not the nucleoside. Okay, which contain nucleoside is cytidine plus phosphate. Nucleoside cytidine plus phosphate combine together and form the corresponding nucleotide, that is a cytidylic acid. Hence, question number 27, option 4 is a correct answer. Next, question number 28. Name the heavy isotope used by Michelson and Stahl for providing the semi-conservative mode of DNA. The heavy isotope which is used by the Michelson and Stahl for identification of semi-conservative replication of DNA is N15 or N15 ammonium chloride. What is semi-conservative mode of replication? See, according to semi-conservative type of replication, the newly formed DNA molecules, these are the newly formed DNA molecules which forms from the parental DNA by the replication. Newly formed DNA molecules contain one parental strand and one newly formed strand. This is newly formed strand. Yellow color one is newly formed strand and this one is a parental strand. Okay, that type of replication is called semi-conservative type of replication. The semi-conservative type of replication is experimentally proved by the Michelson and Stahl. Those use N15 heavy isotope for the experiment. Hence, question number 28, option 1 is correct answer. Question number 29. The sequential events that occur during protein synthesis. What are the sequential events which occurs during protein synthesis or gene expression? That is, first DNA become into RNA by transcription. Okay, first DNA it involved in transcription, and then after that we can see the RNA. Then RNA become into protein by the translation. DNA transcription, first DNA involved in transcription, and then you can see translation, then protein. Here DNA, transcription, translation, protein. Option 2 is correct answer. First this is DNA, by transcription it become into RNA, again RNA involved in translation and form the protein. Hence option 2 is a correct answer. Next, question number 30. What will be the number of histone molecules in a chromatin fiber having 50 nucleosomes? See, there is a chromatin fiber which contain 50 nucleosomes are present in the chromatin fiber. Then we have to identify the number of histone proteins, number of histone molecules in that chromatin fiber. See, first we have to see what is nucleosome. Nucleosome means 8 histone proteins. 8 histone proteins. Actually 8 means one pair of H1, one pair of H2, one pair of H2A, one pair of H2B. These are the 8 histone proteins. 8 histone proteins means not 8 separate histone proteins, that are one pair of each type of histone proteins combined together, all combined together, then we can see the formation of one round structure. This round structure is called histone octamer. Histone octamer. After that, the DNA wrapped surrounding to this histone octamer and form the structure like this. This is called a nucleosome. That is called a nucleosome. Again, there is a H1 protein, H1 histone, another H1 histone which will come and bind on above the nucleosome. Then this H1 will give more stability to the nucleosome or for the attachment of DNA with the histone protein. Because what is the use for this? See, if you observe, DNA is 2.2 meter length DNA is present in every cell, but cell nucleus is very small. Okay, this 2.2 meters DNA cannot inserted in very small cell, hence this DNA is wrapped around to the histone octamers and form nucleosomes, then it is inserted within the nucleus. Okay, based on this we can understood that each histone octamer made with 5 histone proteins. H12, H2 2 molecules, H2A 2 molecules, H2B 2 molecules, H1 1 molecule. Total these are 8 and plus H1, this is 1, not 8, 9. Okay. Based on that we have to count the total histone proteins. 50 into 9. Each nucleosome contains 9 histone proteins. These are 8 and this is 1. Okay, means 9. Total how many nucleosomes are there? 50. 50 into 9, 450. Total 450 histone proteins are present in the chromatin, which contain 50 nucleosomes. Hence, our answer is option 2. Next question number 31. Match the following. Eukaryotes. Eukaryotes contain monocistronic gene. Monocistronic gene means the gene which contain only one cistron or only one structural unit. Only one gene, one protein, because presence of one cistron. Cistron means it is functional unit of gene which form the polypeptide chain. Once if you observe the structure of gene, this is the structure of gene. Each gene made with 3 components, that are cistron, recon, muton. Cistron, recon and muton. See, first one is this, we may think recon, which is the recombination. Recon is a recombination unit. Next, this is the cistron of eukaryotic gene. Next, this is the muton. Muton is a mutation unit. Okay, cistron is a functional unit of gene. This cistron will form the protein. How many cistrons are there in eukaryotic gene? One only. But if you see the prokaryotes contain more than one cistron. Hence, the gene in prokaryotes is called polycistronic gene. Okay, polycistronic gene. Here D, they are given prokaryotes that contain polycistronic gene, means they contain more than one cistron. Example, if you see the lacoperon also one type of gene of prokaryotes, which contain 3 structural genes. Structural genes are nothing but cistrons. 3 cistrons are present in the lacoperon. Meaning for that is which belongs to polycistronic gene. Next, translation. B, translation. Okay, ribosome is used for the translation. mRNA and ribosome both are involved in the translation. Next, cloverleaf model. It is a structure, one type of structure of tRNA. Cloverleaf model of tRNA is looking like this. This is tRNA. The structure of tRNA is called cloverleaf model of tRNA. This one. Hence, C1. Okay. A3. Next, B4, C1, D2. Option 2 is our answer. Next, question number 32. In prokaryotes, the predominant site of control of gene expression is, the predominant site of control of gene expression in prokaryotes is control of rate of transcriptional initiation. Okay, we can the prokaryotic gene regulation mostly occurs at initiation of transcription. Example for that is lacoperon. If you observe the lacoperon, it is the regulation of gene expression or control of gene expression at initiation of transcription. See, when lactose inducer is there, then we can see the formation of enzymes. When lactose inducer is not there, what happens? Initiation is stops because of binding of repressor protein at promoter site. Hence, this is it will stop the initiation of transcription. If initiation start, again it leads to formation of enzymes. Hence, initiation of transcription is stopped by the regulation of gene expression. Next, question number 33. Here question number 32 is answer is option 1. Next, question number 33. The process used by Michelson and Stahl for studying semi-conservative replication of DNA was a density gradient. Okay, density gradient centrifugation. By using density gradient centrifugation, the Michelson and Stahl studied about the semi-conservative type of replication in E. coli bacteria. Hence, question number 33, option 2 is correct answer. Next, question number 34. Width of DNA molecule is, see width, this is the width from here to here. Okay, width of DNA molecule is 20 angstrom. It is also called as 2.0 nanometers. Hence, option 2 is correct answer for question number 34. Next, question number 35. Identify A, B, C, D. Okay, A. What is the A here? A is a regulatory gene. A is a regulatory gene. This one. This is the regulatory gene. What is the B? B is the promoter. Here you can see P. B is the promoter. Next, what is the C? C is the operator. See here. This is operator. Here operator. Next, D means ZYA are structural genes. Hence here A is a regulatory gene, B is a promoter, C is operator, D is the structural genes. Option 1 is correct for the question number 35. Next, question number 36. The experiment which provides proof that DNA is genetic material came from the experiment of. Okay, which will give proof for genetic material or DNA act as genetic material? That is Hershey and Chase experiment. Okay, Hershey and Chase experiment. In Hershey and Chase experiment, they identified that they given proof for DNA is genetic material. Why? Because the DNA is infective material in bacteriophage. This DNA only enter into the cells, and after that they have identified radioactive DNA inside the cells. Okay, viral DNA present inside the bacterial cells. Based on that, they have proved that DNA is actual genetic material. Okay, hence question number 36, option 3 is correct answer. Next, question number 37. If there are 1000 base pairs in DNA, then its length will be 1000 base pairs are present in DNA. They have given the base pairs. We should identify the length of DNA. Each base pair, distance between each base pair is 3.4 angstrom. 3.4 angstrom or 0.34 nanometers. 0.34 nanometers. If you do this, here they have given nanometers, hence we will see in nanometers. 1000 into 0.34 nanometers equal to 3400. Length is 3400 nanometers. 3400 nanometers. That is about the length. Next. Match the following. Ribosome. Ribosome is discovered by the Palade. Nucleus. Nucleus is discovered by Fontana. Next, glyoxysome. Glyoxysome is discovered by Beavers. Next, peroxisome. Peroxisome is discovered by Tolbert and M. Jahnke. Hence, question number 38, option 4 is a correct answer. Next, question number 39. In the Michelson and Stahl experiment, the conservative model of DNA replication is ruled out by which of the following observation? The conservative, Michelson and Stahl are two scientists. They have proved the semi-conservative type of replication in E. coli by observation, that is no complementary heavy DNA is observed after the first round of replication. See, this is the parental DNA molecule. After first replication, what happened? Newly formed DNA is here in blue color. Means it is not same to the parental DNA. Newly formed DNA is called complementary DNA here. That complementary DNA is not the heavy DNA. Red is indicate the heavy, blue is indicate the light. Here newly formed DNA in N14 medium form light only, light DNA only, and not the heavy DNA, or complementary DNA is not like heavy DNA, not like parental DNA. Based on this observation, they have identified that the replication type is semi-conservative type. Next, question number 40. X174 bacteriophage. This is one type of virus which contain single-stranded DNA molecule. The genetic material in X174 bacterium is a single-stranded DNA molecule. Hence, option 1 is correct answer for question number 40. Next, question number 41. Given diagram depicts that experiment of Michelson and Stahl. After 40 minutes, find out the kind of isotope DNA. See, after 40 minutes. See, after the 40 minutes, here, this is the N15, N15. I will make it red color, easily visible. N15, N15. Both are N15. Here they have given N15. But in after 20 minutes, one replication will complete. One DNA is N15, another DNA is N14 in each strand. Then after that, in this N15 DNA, we can see here, this is N15, one N15. Again, this strand N15 is enter into this DNA. Okay, except these two N15, remaining all N14 only. See, A is N15, N14. See here, A, N14, N15. A is N14, N15. N14 DNA, N15 DNA. But here they given here. Okay. In this anyone. Here two types are there. Okay. B, N15 DNA. Instead of here they have given the N15. See, N15, again in new list and N15, again here, instead of last DNA, they given here N15, remaining all are N14 only, means B here is N15, remaining all are N14. See, N14 DNA, B is N15, two strands they have given, arrow mark like this. This is N15, this is also N15. Next, C N14 DNA, D also N14 DNA. These two are N14 only, these two are N14 only. Here, two N14 are there, two N15 are there. Hence, question number 41, option 2 is correct answer. Next, question number 42. Identify the correct matching. A, promoter. B, terminator. C, template strand. D, coding strand. Okay. A, promoter. B, terminator. C, template strand. D, coding strand. Hence, option 1 is the correct answer for question number 42. Next, question number 43. How many translocations are done by ribosomes on mRNA which contain 999 nitrogen bases? See, mRNA will be translocate for every codon. Each here mRNA contain, ribosome will be translocate for every codon. mRNA contain 999 nucleotides. Ribosome will translocate for one codon, one time for one codon. Means total 999 codons are there, 999 nucleotides are there. If you convert that into codons, 333 codons. 333 codons are there. But in these 333 codons, at starting, this is starting codon and these are the ending codons. At starting codon, directly a ribosome will come and bind here. There is no translocation. Hence, we have to do -1. Next, at end. Okay, this is the last. Again, there is no translocation after the last codon. Hence, here another one we have to minus. 333 minus 2 equal to 331. 331 translocations. What are the translocations? See, this is one codon, this is mRNA. On mRNA we can see the codons, that is one codon, this is one codon, this is one codon, this is one codon, this is one codon. First what happened, ribosome will come and bind at here, again it will be jump from transfer up to here, again it will be transfer, again it will be transfer. For each codon it will transfer one time, but last there is no translocation, hence here you can do -1. At starting also there is no translocation, hence there also you can do -1. Here translocations for 999 nucleotides or 333 codons is 331. Hence question number 43, option 3 is correct answer. Next question number 44. Which of the following nitrogen bases is found in only in DNA? Answer is thymine. Okay, thymine is present only, nitrogen base which present only in DNA. But if you see the RNA instead of thymine which contain uracil. Hence 44, question number 44, option 2 is correct answer. Next question number 45. Hershey and Chase experiment was precisely aimed to. What is the aim for Hershey and Chase experiment? Option 3 is correct answer. To know as to which complement of virus is injected into bacterial cell and which is not. See, what is the aim? What is the meaning for the third statement, third option? If you see virus, that is bacteriophage, which contain two components, proteins and DNA. In this, they want to know which material, is it protein or DNA, which material is enter into bacteria and which will destroy the bacteria from the virus. That they want to know. That is the aim for the Hershey and Chase experiment. 45, option 3 is correct answer. Question number 46. Which of the following statement is not correct? Which of the following statement is not correct? See, option 1, DNA can directly code for the synthesis of proteins. Sorry, RNA can directly code for the synthesis of proteins. Correct only. RNA directly code for the synthesis of proteins. But if it is DNA depend on RNA for the synthesis of proteins. Next, B, option 2, both DNA and RNA are able to mutate. Yes, both able to mutate, but RNA is more mutate than the DNA. 3, DNA being unstable mutate a faster rate. It is wrong. RNA being unstable mutate very faster rate. Hence option 3 is our answer. Question number 46, option 3 is our answer. Question number 47. Termination of protein synthesis or translation requires. Termination of protein synthesis or translation requires stop signal. Next, releasing factor. Stop signal is stop codon, UAA or UAG or UGA. In these three, any one is enough to stop the translation. Apart from that, when stop codon is reached, then we can see the adding of a releasing factor on the stop codon, which leads to termination of a translation. Question number 47, option 1 is correct answer. Next, question number 48. The beads and string structure which seen under electron microscope are nucleosomes. If you see the nucleus, this is the nucleus. Nucleosomes are formed like this in nucleus, and DNA is wrapped surrounding to the nucleosomes like this. See, like this, which appears beads and a sting model, but the structure are actually nucleosomes. Hence, question number 48, option 2 is correct answer. Question number 49. The experimental conclusion of Aure, McLeod and McCarthy were, okay, see, DNA is the heredity material, correct only. They concluded that DNA is heredity material. B, proteases and RNases did not affect transformation, they are, that is also correct only. C, digestion with the DNAs did not inhibit transformation. Here correct, C are both are correct only, all three are correct only, hence option 1 is our answer. Here Aure, McLeod and McCarthy, these three scientists give experimental evidence for Griffith transforming principle, in that they have identified these three statements. Hence question number 49, option 1 is our answer. Question number 50. RNA acts as genetic material in See, RNA act as genetic material in TMV, HIV and bacteriophage. All these three are viruses, they contain RNA as its genetic material. Thank you. Next, from question number 51 we will discuss in next video.